Hello everyone, my name is Letty and I will be your host for today. Welcome to my first ever podcast, which is going to be a study about 1 Corinthians 16:14. The format I will use for the study is to firstly read the verse in English from a few different Bible editions. Secondly, I will discuss the context of the passage because context matters, it's always important. Then I will move on to investigating the verse in light of the original Coptic language, using the Blue Letter Bible as my resource. I will summarize the findings and make comment on how it relates to today's world for us practically. I will also include other sources of study or verses where possible and relevant. Okay. So I have three Bibles here that I will read the verse from in no particular order. So once again, 1 Corinthians 16:14. This is a KJV Bible. 16:14. Let all your things be done with charity. Secondly, this is my original Bible from when I was a kid. It is the International Children's Bible, NCV. 14. Whoops, where am I at? Do everything in love. And finally, CEV, the Bible Society. 14. Show love in everything you do. Such a beautiful command, which I'm sure you would all agree. Now for the context. So this is a letter from Paul to the church, the people who are the church in Corinth. At the time, he has concerns for several reasons. He calls them out brutally, but then he also gives them godly remedies and advice per se on each topic. Briefly, the matters he wrote to them were, firstly, there was division in the church. So Paul, Peter, and Apollos, the people were divided into about three groups on who they were following, and it was causing division. Also sexual immorality, food, the gathering as in what happens at the church, and the resurrection of Jesus, so what we celebrate at Easter. Okay, so there is a great video about 8 minutes long that I will link if I can from the Bible Project that has really good detail and a really good overview. I read the whole book again to sort of get a good understanding, but yeah, that video really helped. Chapter 16 has the verse that we are studying in this session, and this chapter is a closing of the letter, and this verse comes into place, which are some final words from Paul to the church. So again, the 14th verse from the ESV, let all that you do be done in love. This is my favorite interpretation of it, chapter 16. Now we come to the part where we will look at the words in the verse straight out of the Blue Letter Bible. So I have just put the verse into the search bar without any like KJV or whatever. The original text reads, and this is my first time doing this, so it may not sound great, but I'm gonna give it a go. Pas humon and agape gnomai. So it's a different language, which means that it's structured different to English. So we'll just study the words and then try to make sense of it all. The first word, pas, it's an adjective. KJV translates Strong's G3956 in the following manner. All things, every, all men, whosoever, everyone, whole, all manner, every man, everything, any, whatsoever, whosoever, always, daily, anything. The outline of the biblical usage individually, each, every, any, all, the whole, everyone, all things, everything. collectively, Strong's definition, some of all types. Strong's definition, pus including the forms of declension, apparently a primary word, all, any, everyone, the whole, always, daily, ever, every, one, way, as many as, thoroughly, whatsoever, whole, whosoever. The next word is humon, which is a pronoun, and the KJV translate it as your, you, ye, yours, and then not. I guess context probably matters for that. Strong's definition, genitive case of G5210, you, ye, your own selves. The third word, en, is a preposition. KJV translated as in, by, with, among, at, on, through, and miscellaneous several times. Outline of biblical usage, in, by, with. I think it's interesting here that the Strong's definition includes lots of preposition words, but also give self wholly to. The next word, agape. This is interesting. It's a feminine noun. KJV translates this Strong's G26 the following manner: love, charity, dare, charitably, with G2596, feasts of charity. Outline of biblical usage, affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love. Love feasts, and I think that's so incredible. Love feasts. Also, excuse me, Strong's definition, affection or benevolence, specially, plural, a love feast, feast of charitability, a dear love. And lastly, the word ginomai, which is a verb. KJV translate it as Strong's G1096 in the following manner: come to pass, be made, be done, come, become, God forbid, with a G3361, arise, have, be fulfilled, be married to, be preferred, not translated, that's not really relevant, variations of done. Outline of biblical usage, to come into existence, begin to be, receive being, to come to pass, happen. Strong's definition, pretty much the same: to become, arise, be assembled, become, befall, be brought, come, continue, draw, to be finished, follow, be found, be fulfilled, go, happen, have, be kept, be made, be married, be ordained to be, partake, pass, be performed, be published, require, seem. Require is interesting with some of the translations, that's relatable. Yeah, so the gist or summary in context of the verse is actually very explanatory. There's probably no new revelation here, but more affirmation that the translation of what Paul was saying is instructing Christians that it's correct, the translation is correct, and it's instructing Christians in an all-encompassing way about your actions and intentions behind them, to be married with love, to be so deeply connected to love, and with the purpose of love. And we know how love is described in the Bible. The most famous verse about love is written in this very letter by Paul, in chapter 13, verses 4-7. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. On that note, I'd like to thank you all for joining my very first podcast, which is here to serve you with love. The intention is to study God's word and then educate or pass on to you my findings with resources to help you in your faith journey and knowledge of his word.